Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. So today we're going to be unboxing my first ever P.Louise Budget Box. So this is, I think this is the January box. As you can probably tell, there are some things missing on my face and that's like part of my makeup, right? But I thought since this is a makeup focused box, this is going to be a great opportunity to pretty much like try the products as they go. I had a quick sneak peek. It turns out that we have we do have some eyeshadow products, we do have some lip products, so that's what I actually left empty and we're going to test some of these products as we go. The first one is a lip product, and this is 0 to 100 Real Thick, Ultra Thick High Shine Formula. There's like a lot to read on these products. Anyway, this is a lip gloss. Yeah, this is a lip gloss, and the shade is Guest List. So let's have a look at that. So this is how it looks, and I'm obviously going to swatch it before I apply it. I just kind of want to see. Ooh, that's pretty. That is pretty. It's very pigmented. So yeah, I like it. I like it, I really like it. I mean, I did not expect it. I mean, it does show the color here, but it kind of came a little bit darker on my hand, and I think I actually prefer this shade over what was actually shown here. So that is actually cool. Next up, we have another lip product, and this is a sharpenable pencil. Smoochy lip pencil in shade Flourish. So I already have this product, and I'm going to show you mine because there's no point of like opening and swatching it if I already have one opened. So this is the shade, and this is the swatch. Don't think these go together, to be honest. So I think I will either use this lip liner and a different kind of lip product. I'm just going to try and choose something from P.Louise, or I'm going to use this lip gloss and then apply maybe a different lip liner if I find one that's matching. My choice will obviously depend on the eyeshadow colors that we have here. Anyway, the next product is a Fall in Line. This is double the precision, double the impact, double-ended liner, and I've already have one of these and I really like it. So this one is in different shade. I mean, we have two shades, right? So this is Cup of Coffee and Custard Cream. So there you go. This is the liner, and let's swatch it. Ooh, okay, the light one looks like that. I don't know if you can see much because it's just kind of close to my skin color. I think you'll be able to see a little bit. And then we're going to swatch the dark one. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, so this is the brown one. I love the fact that their eyeliners are a little bit different. I mean, I'm just like a little bit fed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do use black eyeliner like all the time, but I'm a little bit fed up with like black liners like being everywhere. I have so many of those that I just, if I stopped buying cosmetics or makeup at this point, I think I would have like black eyeliners for the next like 2-3 years. Like even, you know, considering the fact that I use them like pretty much every day. Anyway, let's move on to the two last products in this box, and these are two eyeshadow palettes. And these are Identify Your Worth palettes, and these are in shades, it doesn't really say what shades these are, so I'm hoping these are not like two exactly same palettes. I mean, I'm really hoping. So let's have a look. I'm really surprised it doesn't really say anything about the shades or like what the difference between these two is. Interesting. Let's have a look. So let me just show you the first palette. I'm covering the mirror now so that I don't flash you. I still can't tell like what the shade of this palette is, but I discovered one cool thing here. So you have this mirror, and then you have this button over here, and it kind of like lights around it. So this is really cute. Not sure what the shade of this palette is. It doesn't really say anything. It's actually really pretty, so let me just show you. So this is our first palette. It comes with this brush that I just picked up. I actually really like these brushes. I know some people don't really like dual-ended brushes, but I find them like so easy to use. You just like literally, that brush is the only thing you need to do your makeup. So the only thing it says here is "We see you, and no mention about the name of this palette, or maybe I just don't know where to look, but I literally like it seems like I looked everywhere and I can't really seem to find out what the name of this palette is. Anyway, let's have a look at the other one now. Okay, so the good news is that these are two different palettes. They're both in a kind of like a neutral vibe, but they are different. The brushes are slightly different as well. Let me just show you. This is the difference between them. One of them is darker, like the bristles are darker. The other one is just like white. So yeah, that is cool. I actually like both of them. They are very kind of like neutral. Let me just show you them again without those brushes. So these are the palettes. Let's do some swatches. Let's just swatch them. Why not? So just to differentiate them, because as I said, I can't really seem to find the names. So one of them has this kind of highlighter in this kind of like a rose gold kind of shade, and then the other one is more like a champagne color. So let's do the champagne one first. So these are the swatches. Then we have the next 3 shades over here. And this is going to be, this one is pretty much almost invisible. And this, the last one here, is the highlighter. So yeah, these are actually really pretty. Let's swatch the other palette now. Hopefully I'll be able to squeeze all the shades here. So this is the first one. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be like a really close call, but I think I'll manage to squeeze the last 3 next to it. There you go. So this is not very visible again, and then we have a highlighter here. The highlighter is actually really pretty. So these are the swatches of the first palette, you know, the one with the champagne kind of like highlighter. These are the swatches of the other one with more like a rosy tones. So they're both very neutral, very wearable palettes. The quality seems good. I'm not really sure which one I actually prefer. I think they're both really pretty, just depending on your personal preferences. So I was trying to figure out which of those is going to go better with the lip gloss, and to be honest, I don't know. I mean, this lip gloss seemed to be like somewhere in between these 2 palettes, and I think maybe it would just work with both of them. So let's try this palette over here. This is the one with a kind of rose gold highlighter, and let's see how good it is. I'm going to be using this, one of the brushes. I'm not really sure which brush came with which palette, but that doesn't really matter, does it? So I'm just going to be using the fluffier part for now, and I'm just going to try and use as many shades as possible. So I'm just going to start with the lightest shade over here, and this is probably going to be something that will just go on my eyelid, like all over my eyelid for now. Let's try this shade over here, the second one. I'm still using the fluffy brush, and I'll be just applying this in my crease here. To be honest, neither of these shades actually show that much on my skin. I could see that on the swatches they didn't really show either, so just kind of wanted to see how they're going to work on my eyes, but like, to be honest, I could just do without them. Where do we go next? So let's try and let's apply this one over here. I'm still using the fluffy brush, and I'm just going to try and apply this one in my crease now, so maybe something will actually show. I guess this palette is going to be a little bit better for people with like lighter complexion. This one shows, this one finally shows, so that's good. Okay, so let me just follow this with this shade over here. Still using the fluffy brush, I'm just going to apply this in my outer corner just to build this color up a little bit so that it's more visible. So these colors apply and blend really nicely, but I still feel like this is going to be a palette that's more suitable for like lighter skin tones, because I don't really get that much of like a color payoff on my skin, and my skin is like medium. I'm going to be using this shade now, the darkest one, and I'm going to be using this the other side of my brush. The brush is actually really nice, so that's good. And then I'm applying this in my outer corner just to add some more kind of definition here. And this one seems to be quite well pigmented. This one, to be honest, is so much more pigmented and so much darker than the other colors on in this palette. So what I'm missing here is definitely this kind of like gradual descent towards like the darker shades. Obviously this one is so much darker, so it might be a little bit more difficult to kind of blend it seamlessly. I feel like I would prefer for this palette to have like one more color like somewhere between these two shades maybe, to kind of like make it more blendable. Don't get me wrong, you can make it work for sure, but I feel like for me this is going to be very much of like a kind of like a one look palette. All these shades, apart from obviously the darkest one, they are quite muted and quite pale on my skin. They don't really show off that much, so all I can do is just kind of apply this base that's not going to be super visible and maybe just enhance it with a darker shade. So that's the only problem I have with it so far. I'm just going to apply this darker shade on my lower lash line, like the outer part of it. And then I'm going to try and apply this shade here. This is the only matte shade that I haven't tested on the inner part of my lower lash line. And I'm blending these two shades together here. Okay, so these are the mattes. Let's just try the metallics here. So we have this darker shade here, and then we have something like lighter. This one seems more like a duochrome. It has like some rosy things inside. So what am I going to do with that? Let's just try and apply this darker shade in my outer corner. I'm actually use a brush for that. Let's see. So I'm just going to apply this here on my outer part of my eyelid, and I'm just going to try and blend it with this kind of like darker color. There's definitely some fallout if you'd like to apply these metallics with your brush. And I'm just going to apply the lighter shade here all over my eyelid with my fingertips. So yeah, that one is actually really nice. I do feel like these shades will work better if you apply them with your fingertip. This is my preferred way to apply shimmery shades, but I kind of wanted to be more precise with the darker one and use more of this this lighter one in here. So yeah, that one is actually really nice. I think I need to kind of add a little bit more color to my crease, so I'm just going to go with this shade over here, and I'm just going to kind of apply it here a little bit, and obviously I'm going to blend it out. So the only shade that is left is this one over here. I'm just going to apply it in my inner corner and on my brow bone. So let's try that. And this one is actually really pretty. It's definitely pigmented for a highlighter, so it's going to be perfect for your eyes makeup. And if you want to use this as your highlighter on your face, let's try it out. I am wearing some highlighter already, but the one that I have is actually quite gentle, so I'm just going to try and apply this one a little bit more. And yeah, it's going to be quite shiny. If you like that vibe, you can see how shiny it is. If you like that vibe, then if you like Ofra highlighters, for example, then you probably like this one as well. It's quite pigmented, it's quite shiny. It's probably not going to be perfect for textured skin, but yeah, it is quite pretty as well. It's like a really nice color too. So let's do the liner now. I'm obviously going to be using the Cup of Coffee, the darker one. I'm also going to apply this lighter liner in my waterline, but do be careful with that, because liquid liners, they do have this tendency, I mean, they're obviously liquid, so you don't want them to kind of get into your eye. So just be careful with that if you want to do it like that. I do feel like gel liners are better for that, or just like a pencil liners, but I kind of want to test as many products from today's box as possible. Okay, so as you can see, I've finished my other eye. I actually applied this lip gloss as well, because I wanted to kind of have it on my lips for a while before I just tell you how I feel about it. It's like a proper lip gloss. It's quite pigmented, it's quite thick. So as long as you like lip gloss and you don't mind this being sticky, I mean, lip glosses are sticky in general, then that's fine. The color is actually really nice. I didn't obviously use this lip liner that we have here because the color was completely like, it didn't really go well. But I can tell you straight away, I tested this before and it's a brilliant lip liner, so that's definitely good. The eyeliner is really nice. I love the fact that we have two colors in one. This one, the lighter one, can be used in the waterline if you'd like to. I think they would just probably work better on your upper eyelid. Like in general, it's probably best to use like either a pencil or like a gel liner in your waterline. but it can be used like that if you want to. It seems to stay quite nicely. Both shades are actually really pretty, very pigmented, and yeah, that's definitely a good one. But to be honest, I'm not really sure what to tell you about the palette. I wanted to really rave about this whole box. So this is my first P.Louise box, and I remember how impressed I was with the large palette. I go, where did I get it? It was like a mystery box or something. And I was really impressed with that. The quality was amazing. The shades were amazing. And today we have like 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I can't really tell you like for sure about both of them because I only tested one. So I don't really want to like judge the other palette just by after testing this one. But this palette, this here, and sorry, but I just don't know what the name of this palette is. This is the one with the rosy kind of like rose gold highlighter. This palette, it's just not amazing. Maybe if you have lighter skin tone, this will work better, but to me, the mattes are quite underwhelming. Like these 2 shades, you can't really see them at all on my skin. And as I said, I'm medium, so yes, there are people who have lighter skin than mine, but there are so many more like deeper skin tones than the lighter skin tones, so that's probably the thing I'm not really too impressed with. These shades, as I said, they don't really show. This shade shows a little bit on my skin. These, yeah, but they are like they look quite like samey on my skin. I just don't know, I don't really see that much like gradation. And then we have this really dark shade, and it is quite patchy, so I'm not really impressed with that part. This metallic shade is really beautiful. The other one seems pretty as well. The highlighter is pretty. It can work really nicely on your eyelids and also like on your cheeks. I did apply it on like both sides of my face, so it's like a really pretty kind of highlighter. But all in all, I can't really say that I'm impressed with this palette. I'm not sure about the other one. I will test it out. This is the one that I picked up today, and maybe it was not the greatest choice. Maybe the other one would actually impress me much more, who knows. Anyway, this is everything from me today. What do you guys think about this box? If you have purchased this box, let me know what you think about these palettes. Have you tested them? Is your opinion any similar to mine, or maybe you love them? I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. For more beauty related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.